Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's good to have you here. My name is April and I'm a spiritual mentor and awakening guide, here to guide and support you through the stages of your awakening. If you like what you listened to today on this lesson, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and be the first to learn about my new upcoming video lessons. You can also check out the links in my bio to learn more about my Soul Awakened course and one-on-one mentorship program. This channel is an extension of that course where I am providing helpful tips and guidance to you and the challenges and blocks you might experience as you go through your spiritual awakening. Let's get into today's topic, which is one of the biggest ways you know that you have evolved into your highest and best self, and that is the topic of authenticity and how authenticity is the highest frequency. The topic of authenticity is important to our spiritual development because learning to embody, integrate, and put into practice all of our lessons, all of our spiritual and creative gifts, and everything that we have learned in the process of awakening is ultimately what leads us to living in our highest truth and becoming the highest and best version of ourselves. Authenticity, some will claim, is the highest frequency we can emit. It is higher than love. It is love in a way, because basically you are saying that you love and honor yourself so much that you will not allow any outside force to compromise who you are deep down inside, or to make you live differently just because some aspects of your personality or your lifestyle make others uncomfortable. You are walking the walk. You are reflecting on the outside who you are on the inside. And that is a beautiful thing. If everyone in the world lived that way, this world would be a much better place. It took me years of inner work to get to the place where I am today, to truly own who I am, love who I am, and say exactly what I mean. I am now able to fully live the way that feels most comfortable and expressive to me, and it is a incredibly liberating feeling. So now that we know why this topic is important, let's describe what the word authenticity means. Brené Brown describes authenticity as the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we actually are. The dictionary defines authenticity as the quality of being real or true. And to that, I would add being true to ourselves. In psychological terms, authenticity means expressing the degree of one's self-identity to the effect that it is not dependent on one's surroundings. So, which of these is it? Perhaps it's a combination of the three. On my own personal growth and healing journey, I would say that for myself, I truly didn't feel as if I was living in my authentic truth and being my authentic self until about 2 years into my awakening, or until I reached stage 4 of the awakening process. And how did I know that I had arrived, so to speak? I knew I was living as my authentic self when I no longer changed myself to fit the opinions, expectations, or validations of others. When I was able to speak my truth without fear of making others uncomfortable. When I was able to express myself both creatively and on my social media platforms from my heart center and from a genuine place inside. And finally, here's a good one, when I was able to live my life, express myself, and show up publicly as the person I am meant to be without shame, embarrassment, or intimidation. I like to call this quiet confidence. It's a type of confidence that only comes after you have worked on yourself for quite a long time, after you've developed a deep and intimate friendship with yourself, and truly, truly love yourself. That is how I knew for myself that I had embodied the most authentic version of myself. So the next question then is, how does one reach that level of authenticity, self-love, and embodiment? How does one truly live authentically? The answer from my own personal experience and from hearing the experiences of others is threefold. 1, shadow work. 2, knowing yourself on a deep level. And 3, never ever abandoning yourself for another. Some of these things overlap a little bit, but I will try to explain. Let's begin with shadow work. Our shadow is the part of ourselves that we have hidden away because somewhere along our life path, we were made to think that certain aspects of ourselves were shameful or embarrassing, not good enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, etc. So we hid those parts of ourselves away from the world. Let's say, for instance, that you are a man who likes art and plays the guitar. And let's say somewhere in your past, your peers or your friends teased you about being too feminine, about not being manly enough. So you came to believe that that part of yourself was shameful and you hid it away. You stopped sharing your art, you stopped playing the guitar in front of people, and instead you did more manly things that you saw other people around you doing. That creative and artistic part of yourself was cast into your shadow. To live authentically would mean that you would not give a damn about what others thought about you, whether they liked your art or liked the fact that you played the guitar. And not only would you share those gifts openly, but you'd maybe even go so far as to perform on a stage, or you would start selling your art and putting it in a gallery. That is authenticity. But to get to the point where you no longer are afraid to be seen, you have to do quite a bit of inner work and shadow work to heal your wounds from the past and whatever limiting beliefs about yourself that you have formed over time. Next, let's talk about why getting to know yourself on a deep level leads you to live a more authentic life. As we go through life and we get sucked into the demands of our daily human existence, the kids, the job, the bills, the household chores, etc., we may find ourselves spending a majority of our time doing things out of necessity, habit, or obligation. We're kind of going through the motions, allowing our daily circumstances to dictate how we spend our time and what gets our attention. But when we purposely carve out time each day to sit with ourselves, do the things that light us up, and listen inside to our inner voice, we are less of a puppet in someone else's show and more of our own character. We have agency, which means we choose how we spend our time and energy. Knowing yourself, what you like, what you dislike, what your body needs, what your hobbies and interests are, what your dreams are, allows you to follow your true, authentic path, rather than getting lost in the demands of life. Lastly, the final determining factor of living authentically is to never abandon yourself for another. I think this goes along with what Brene Brown was saying, which is letting go of who we think we are supposed to be by other people's standards, and instead embracing who we truly are. Not just accepting, but embracing. What this might look like is, let's say, the pursuit of your dream. Let's say it's your dream to start your own business someday, and you have this vision of what you would like your business to be. Perhaps God even spoke to you and said, you know what? You need to create this thing. This could really help a lot of people. So you started the planning, the ideation, you started getting some things down on paper, and maybe even took some online trainings or webinars to help you learn how to bring your vision to life. And then mistakenly, you shared your plans to open a business with one of your family members. You told them about your vision and how you saw your business helping people. And rather than supporting you and saying, congratulations, that sounds great, your family member instead said, are you sure you want to open that business? You know, it's a lot of work and you've never done anything like that before. How will you find your customers? How will you make money off of that? And they planted these seeds of doubt in your mind. So you got so in your head that you started to question yourself. But rather than changing your path and abandoning your dream just because someone else didn't believe in you, you held your vision and you held strong to what you felt deep down inside. You then stopped sharing things with that person, but in silence, you kept working and grinding and making your dream become a reality. And after months of blood, sweat, and tears, you did it. You stayed true to yourself, even though others doubted you. You didn't let the naysayers' opinions throw you off your path. That is authenticity. You can see that there are various ways that these determining factors can play out. The key is to stay true to yourself, to know and trust yourself so completely that nothing anyone says to you or about you will cause you to change your mind about yourself or your path. Taking this a step further, when you are living in your authentic truth, you will no longer care who you lose as a result of being your true self. You will know and trust yourself on such a deep level that it will become clear who is holding you back, who is stifling your dreams, who is casting negative energy towards you, and you will be willing to let those people go. Ultimately, your happiness and success depend upon it. Because why would you want to surround yourself with people who make you feel as if you have to change yourself just to be around them? Or why would you be around people who don't celebrate you and fully love and support you? You shouldn't. That is not being authentic to yourself. That is abandoning yourself. It took me some really hard lessons to learn that, but I finally did. And eventually I became so solid in myself, so trusting in myself and my path and where God was leading me, that I could no longer keep people in my life that weren't helping me become the highest and best version of myself. I guess this is the art of detachment, because it's no longer needing people's validation or waiting for them to change. You can move on knowing that God's got you and you've got yourself. That concludes this lesson on authenticity. You will know when you have stepped into your divine and authentic truth, when you can honestly answer these questions. Am I being true to myself? Am I expressing myself openly and honestly? Are my actions aligned with my words? And am I using my gifts in an authentic way? Am I living life on my terms and not someone else's? Once you get to the point where you can answer yes, genuinely to these questions, then congratulations, you have arrived. The world needs you, the real you, with all of your gifts, all of your talents, all of your knowledge and life experiences, to lead, to inspire, to teach, and to heal, to encourage others to live in their authentic truth as well. This is how we change the world, one person at a time. Thanks for listening. I hope this message resonated with you. If you'd like to learn more about my programs or how to work with me, please follow the link in my bio to see a free course preview. Follow the link that says Soul Awakened, and that will take you right to my course landing page that has all of my pricing and mentorship options. If you sign up before Christmas of 2023, you'll also receive a 25% discount off the list price. Otherwise, please follow me here if you'd like to stay connected and gain access to my upcoming video content. I'll be working to develop this page in the coming months as Spirit guides me to share more spiritual tips and guidance for moving through the stages of awakening. Sending you love. Take care.